Hello, everybody out there. How you all doing, and how you all coping? And then at the same time, I will say, we're already in December. How the year just flew so fast. I can't even believe we're already in December.
Absolutely.
But and how you are preparing for Christmas?
Christmas, yeah.
And shopping, and please don't overshop as well. So I just try and also keep safe. Well, thanks for tuning on to our channel. And my name is Yemi, and that's my husband, Ola. And today we just want to share some the topic that's been like going around, and I've been hearing so much of it at my work. And I thought let me have this discussion with my husband, and let me be able to share with you my viewers. And what it was like, why most Nigerian couples divorce a lot abroad. Why most Nigerian couples divorce abroad. And I've been hearing that a lot of my job, and some are saying divorce rate among Nigerians abroad is very, very high.
Very high, that's right.
I didn't really actually notice that until people start saying it, because I didn't really figure that out until I started hearing it. Then I started looking inward and looking into it, and I said, is it true? So I started do my own research, and let me just see how it goes. But let me see what I've got a lot for you after doing my research. But before I start, please subscribe to my channel. I'd like you to subscribe. I would like you to comment. Please, I need you to subscribe. I need you to comment and show me your love. Click, like, please. So let's start, and let me be able to share with you my own investigation concerning that, because marriages in abroad, especially my husband, what would you think? Because we've been together for 25 years now.
Over 25 years, yeah.
Yeah, we've been together 25 years, and we've been living in abroad. We've been living in London. London, UK here for 25 years. I have all my kids here, and because I didn't have this problem of people saying divorce rate in abroad is so high, I don't have that issue.
Yeah.
Maybe and I don't really have a friend that had that issue. So when I heard it, to be honest, when I heard it, I just thought I need to do research on it.
Oh yeah, it's in England, actually, in the Western world, divorce rate is very, very, very high. But we're noticing that even Nigerians are part of the corporate. Nigerians, they're divorcing a lot abroad.
Yeah.
And one of the things I noticed, that's the big factor. The biggest, one of the biggest factor.
Yeah.
To my knowledge,
what do you think?
It's about this idea of papers.
Okay.
Because when the woman or the man doesn't have his papers, and one party has that papers, 9 out of 10 times, the reason for his marriage, the reason for his lovey-dovey moment, is to get that papers.
That's true.
That's what the guy is marrying. That's what the woman is marrying.
That's true.
Because most of my friends that fall victim of this scenario of divorce is because some of them brought the woman from back home or what have you, and things like that.
That's true. Yeah.
And immediately she get her papers, lo and behold, she gone to work, and she come back home, the old house is empty. The house is empty. She packed everything and left with all this stuff. And I have 5 cases of my mates that are fallen victim of that, men and women, and they are Nigerians. They are Nigerians.
Yeah. Doing my research on that, I know that's true. What I found out is that, I think yes, most couples it's not like some people. I think before they come to abroad here, they must have had a partner
Yeah.
or someone who they want to marry, maybe in abroad, in Nigeria. And then when they get here, you know, yes, they may have made a promise and say, I'll bring you when I saw myself, I'll bring you down here. And after that, you know, and one thing is you have to notice that when you have distance relationship before they even get here, and now all the communication is like on the phone, and you know, so by the time they get here, for that 1 year or 2 years distance and not seeing each other, everybody is beginning to try other things out, and you know what I mean, they've been trying to try other things out, and sometimes the love is not as strong as it was before they left each other. So when they come and meet each other in London or in UK, yes, at that stage, the other half, all the other half wants now, maybe is the papers. I'm not sure if the love then is still there, or maybe the look has changed. Maybe the person doesn't look like what she used to look like before this you know, they depart. So now it's maybe what the person is seeing there for now is the papers. Yes, everybody want to stay, and they want a roof over their head as soon as they arrive.
And especially if it's one party that actually comes abroad, there's that tendency of that one to actually show allegiance to whoever other party that he or she lives in Nigeria. So by the time they come here, that one party comes here, they have that aim of, oh, don't worry, when I sort out my papers, I will bring you down. So the marriage she did here or he does here is a bogus marriage already.
That's true.
Because he or she knows that the actual partner is back home in Nigeria.
That's true.
It's back home in Nigeria. So that's, I mean, and that's a thing, and they get married and everything. It's still promising that one back home. Don't worry, I'll bring you once I sort my papers out. So when they sort their papers out, they go there and continue their marriage. Now bring their partner down there. So I mean, and it leaves this person that give them the papers in limbo, because they think, oh, they found a very lovely woman or they found a very lovely man, and they will do everything in the book that a very good partner will do.
And some people said adaptation to the new environment they meet themselves sometimes can lead to a high rate of divorce.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah. That's
what do you mean? What do they mean by that? What do you think?
Yes, being abroad. I mean, the lifestyle in Western world, and the system itself is different from the lifestyle in Nigeria, especially that we're talking of, and the system in Nigeria, such that, well, I mean, there's that women liberation, you know, in England here. I mean, especially London, it's a women's country since the time of Margaret Thatcher. So women believe that they run the show, they run the show here, and for any culturalist Nigerian that comes here, that have been living with the culture of looking up to their husband or and all that kind of culture, they come into this culture now that is about women before men. That even if husband and wife are fighting and having issues, and the woman calls the police, the man is first handcuffed, and we ask the woman what really happened. To them, they see the woman as very vulnerable, and she needs to be protected. All she needs to do is that, that man has been beating me up or what have you, and things like that. They lock the man up and they give him 50-yard radius. He mustn't step into that house and everything. So the system, the cultural environment here is different, and that can be strange. That can be a factor of that divorce, really, and or the divorce rate. And that even leads us to the example of some, because they know that when they call the cops, right? They know when they call the cops, because back home in Nigeria, you have that family network. Even around the world, we come in to assist, you know, our friends and family and everything, they all come around to assist them. You get what I'm saying? And they've got their kids to look after, and they can have that support network. Maybe that's why most of them actually stay together. But here, there's that guarantee from the government to look after the children. In fact, the children belongs to the government. Parents are just caretakers.
Okay. Well, you know, the aspect I was trying to find out from you, that adaptation to the new
environment.
To their new environment.
Yes.
Listen, but maybe adaptation to the new environment can be a factor. In the aspect I was looking into was the aspect whereby you have to do give and take kind of system we have here.
Sure.
Give and take kind of system we have in abroad.
Yes, right.
And do it yourself kind of system we have in abroad. Unlike back home in Nigeria, where we come from. Unlike back home, a man doesn't wash his dishes after eating. A man doesn't go to the kitchen and start cooking and dishing out his own food. You understand? His job is not to come home and start changing nappies or feeding the baby. Most men, my dad didn't do that. So most men I know don't do that. In Nigeria, my dad has never done that. He's never bottle fed any of us. No, he doesn't. I mean, he gives money. His own job is to go to work and bring the money. So adaptation to the new environment, whereby now you have to do it yourself kind of system, that a man has to wash after your use or clean after your use kind of system, or you have to also cook your own meal when most men have not been to the kitchen, even go to the kitchen. You have to cook your own meal. And all that, as do really when they come together, and because only when they come together, they know the system don't do that. And the reason why some women will say we make that option available for the husband, because yes, I know the system is on the side, but because women too has to work same like their husband. There's no like housewife like where Nigeria, where the woman can be the housewife and still take care of the kid, and the husband goes to work. But here, you still take care of your kid. You still have to work like your husband work. You still, or even work harder, and you still have to. And the husband still, both of you go to work, and she has to still take care of the children and do the school run and all that. So when I can see where that happens, when the man will say, "Where's my food?" and the woman was like, you went to work like I went to work, just the same like you went to work. I work as harder, or I work as hard as you are, even if not harder. Do you understand what I'm saying?
That's what. But you do the cooking.
Yes.
You do the cooking, and you're happy to look after the children. So, but I think sometimes some of these women, they have this ego of getting sucked up into the system, and taking advantage of the ugly side of the culture here. You get what I'm saying? Because being abroad doesn't make you a foreigner. You're still African.
Yeah, I know that.
You're still African. I mean, if you look at the Indians, or you look at the Puerto Ricans, they actually carry their culture.
And they do work hard.
To wherever they go.
Hard.
They will even look at the Scandinavians.
And they still have to look after the home.
They carry their culture. So, but some of this the lot of Nigerian women, they tend to buy into this Western mentality. And now they don't want a man to control them.
No. Yeah, I understand.
And they're not subjective.
That's correct.
And that's that pride, There's that pride.
Do you think it's the system here that gave that Nigerians the fact that that's that pride, and the fact that they easily adopt foreign culture?
I
think Nigerian does that even when they're Nigerian.
Nigerians does that, but the thing is, because the cultural demand on a woman in Nigeria is to be subject to the husband.
That's correct.
So in a way, most of them try to hide that. They hide that aspect of the ego aspect of them, right? So that because of what people will say, because of the environment, because of what people's going to say about them, so they tend to hide that that aspect.
So another one is what I was thinking of again is teamwork and communication.
Yeah, that's a good tip.
Teamwork and communication.
Yeah.
One thing about couples, Nigerian couples abroad. Nigerian couples abroad, to be honest, they have no communication among themselves. I don't think they have communication, and because most of them, you see, yes, people, yes, number one, job is one of the factors. You work hard in Europe here, harder than when you're in Nigeria.
Yeah.
You work night, you work day. In Nigeria, you don't work as hard as that. You understand? And by the time the husband comes back home or the wife comes back home, there's no even time to sit. Even if you to sit down to talk to yourself, you're dozing off. You're exhausted.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Even some do even different shifts.
And some do different shifts that they might not come home and not be at the same in the house.
Exactly.
At the time when one is just coming home, the other one is going to work.
Going to work, yeah.
That's how it is. Yeah, especially when you have kids and you don't want to use childminder, you have to shuttle between, like once babysit and then you go to work, and when that will come back from work, I go to work. It's just they can barely see each other.
They end up growing apart.
They end up growing. Thank you. They end up growing apart.
And most of them will end up having friends outside and they
start talking to
shit and all that.
And yes. And they're quick to say, oh, you don't know what he's doing. Oh, you don't know. And they tell their friend, oh, my husband, oh, we barely talk, we barely this, oh, maybe he's doing something. And they start feeding themselves with a wrong doctrine.
Oh, yeah,
and again, there's no teamwork. And yes, there's no teamwork. Sometimes, because I know of a friend that there is a situation where, if the husband doesn't put money down for food, she's not going to cook for him.
Oh, yeah.
And she just like, it's my money, your money. It's still adopting a foreign culture. The money she earns, her own salary, she sees as my money. You understand? And his own salary, she will still see that as her money as well. You understand what I'm saying? Instead of using that, whatsoever the two of you are collecting, are both of you. You don't even say my money, your money. It's for the two of your couples. You understand? There's no teamwork.
No.
It should be that teamwork that you don't even see my money. That's a very European, kind of European Western culture, which you don't expect to have with we Africans or we Nigerians especially, because our culture doesn't do that. Our culture is like give and take. Our culture is giving. Our man is giving, and Nigerian man gives. They give they don't even look at it when they give. And women, we should try and, like, even if you're not working, your husband give you money, even back home, you will still use that money to like cook him a good soup, make him something delicious. And sometimes because you want to buy his heart, you want him to look at you want him to continue to love you the more. You don't want him to eat outside. But in Western world, they don't even care. If he wants to, he can even, if he doesn't eat outside or buy KFC or McDonald's before coming home, he's not eating. The woman will not even stand up and go and cook.
Exactly.
There's no food. So I think that one part of it is a factor that they just want to save my money. When the woman start working, the money she earns is her money, and the money the man earns is still her money as well. And she won't even spend her money on her husband.
Exactly. That's selfish.
And this
selfishness.
That's still Western culture.
That's Western
which
culture.
Is not our Nigerian culture, especially considering we Nigerians as a giver, especially our men.
That's right.
They're always they spend us.
And they stay. And that's true, because most women tends to become gold diggers.
That's true.
And they just milk their husband dry. And by the time they milk him dry, they dump him.
They do that. Another thing I'm trying to also notice in trying to find out from people their own view, considering a high divorce rate among our Nigerians. What more information and what more people were telling me was because there's more benefit in divorce. In divorcing their husband, the more benefit they will gain than staying together with him.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
What I mean. It's kind of
single mothers get a lot of benefit. That's right.
Weird, but it's true.
It is true. It's true. Single mother.
I mean, it is true.
That's it. Because when they're married, I mean, anything they give to them, they actually, it's what we call means tested benefit. So they will look at how much is coming in before they now weigh up how much they need to give them. And there's the amount of money that the government believes a family should live on. So if what is coming in outweighs what the government say they should live on, they might not get any benefit at all.
Wow.
Whereas as a single mother, she will get benefit for her kid, she will get child support for herself as well, and her carers, whatever, and everything. So she weigh up and they will give her accommodation, all those things, all those kind of freak benefits clouds our face and imagination.
That's correct.
That should rather remain single, right? Like the British counterpart, you know, or the foreign counterparts of just single parenthood, just because of the benefit system.
That's a very, yeah.
And they can chase the man out so they know they're single.
I will still continue to do review on this matter because I'm still doing my review on it. Because I'm not like that. I love my husband, and I'm in love with my husband.
I'm in love with you, baby. Mom.
And so, but I'll still continue to do my investigation on it, and so I can still continue to come and give you more information on if it's how far this is true. And I don't believe it's only Nigerians. I believe mostly all foreign, like most Africans do it. And then one thing is that people you should realize is that every black person you see abroad are Nigerians. So when they say divorce rates in in Africa, in Nigeria is high, the person might not even be a Nigerian. Because wherever you go,
they're black.
Because they're black. And anywhere you go, trust me, every black is Nigerian. Anywhere people they see any black, oh, you're a Nigerian, aren't you? If you're Ghanaian, oh, you're Nigerian. If you're South African, you're Nigerian. If you're Zimbabwe, you're a Nigerian. So everyone you see, so even if the black people come to their divorce case court every day, they're all Nigerians to them. So they can see that as a statistic that every Nigerian divorce in Nigeria among Nigerians are very high. They might not even be Nigerians. So, but I'm still gonna continue to do my research because I believe it, but no, I don't really believe it that much because I know we Nigerians love to stay married because to us, being divorced is like a taboo in the family. It's a taboo when you are a woman and you start getting to a certain age or 30 to 35 and you are not settled down. It becomes a taboo. What's going on? And if it's still a man, even if they're going to his 40s, families are still going to start saying, "Where's your wife?" So that's why I said, for me, I just believe they're just pouring all these matters on Nigerians because we Nigerians, we are all over the world. And every black, they see they're Nigerians. I mean, yes, we have to take it because we're the king of Africa. So we're the giant of Africa, and we are the king of Africa. So uneasy lies the head that wears the crown. Nigeria wears the crown, and so we have to just take it and believe that yes, we're talking about us again. Even be talking about us, to me, I think it's fun. Whether it's whichever way you talk about Nigeria, whether good or bad, as long as you're talking about us.
That's it.
Talk about Nigeria. Whichever way you talk about Nigeria and putting them on the most spotlight, putting them on the map, Nigerians are up for that. So I will still continue to talk about this topic. We still continue more on this topic because I still want to do more research on it and then be able to be sure that it's true 100% they're talking about Nigerians. So you stay tuned, and then you have a
wonderful time.
A wonderful time. Subscribe to my channel, please. Subscribe to our channel. Show us your love, your like, and it goes a long way for us. And also compliment of the season as well.